How's it going, guys? What you'll see today is a review and breakdown of the MTAR Carbine that came out in the China Rising DLC a while back, actually. It's the first time I actually played with this weapon for a while, so I've gotten enough of a feel for it to review it and give you my thoughts. And as per the usual, I'll tell you how to unlock the thing. I'll give you my thoughts on whether it's a good gun to use or not as I blow up that guy that's sitting beside the explosive barrel. I'll give you the attachments I use for it, whether or not it's good over range, how you should fire it, and everything you need to know about it, as well as the stats. First things first, the assignment to unlock it's actually one of the more difficult ones in the game because you have to keep track of it as you're doing it in your head. Like, you basically have to keep track. You have to know what they are to unlock them and keep track of them as you're doing it in your head. And you have to reach rank 10, you have to play on China Rising, and then you have to get a kill with a sniper rifle, an assault rifle, an LMG, and a hand grenade all in one round. So like I said, you have to keep track of a few things as you go. Overall, it's not too bad though. If you join, like a, say, Conquest Metro match and just stick in a high-ticket server for a while, you should be able to get it with ease. It's not that difficult. Other than that, breaking down the stats with regard to how this weapon performs, because it's a carbine, its max damage is 25, its minimum is 15.4, so it does drop a bit below the assault rifle overall metric. The damage drop-off starts at 8 meters and ends at 50, so again, it's a bit below. The damage starts to drop off more significantly quicker than it would with an assault rifle. Fire rate's 900 rounds per minute, which is very high. I think it's second to the FAMAS, tied with a couple of other weapons. Muzzle velocity's a bit on the lower side versus the assault rifles at that speed at 540 meters per second. The great news with it, though, is it has a 31 magazine size, so you'll have incredible amount of ammo you'll be pumping out, or bullets you'll be pumping out with this weapon with the fire rate and the magazine size. And it fires a 5.56 by 30 round, so it's not too bad there. Reload time is 3 seconds when completely empty and 2.4 seconds when there's a round left in the chamber, so again, high fire rate weapon, high magazine size, quick reload time, all very good points toward basically being a very effective weapon in Battlefield 4. In terms of the recoil management, its recoil up is only 0.034. Most of the standard averages for assault rifles and carbines is about 0.4, so it's a bit below in terms of vertical recoil, in terms of that actual recoil of increasing vertically, I mean. And it's the metric for horizontal in terms of left and right is balanced at 0.4. So basically, I'm going to count down the points for you here already. Extremely high fast fire rate, decent muzzle velocity, great magazine size, quick reload time, and basically a straight vertical recoil because it's balanced horizontally. Those are the makings of an absolute monster weapon in the right hands. The only real detriment, though, is that because this weapon fires so fast, the vertical recoil is a bit low, but because it fires so fast, it increases quite quickly, so you have to keep that in mind. What I usually equip on this weapon are the reflex sight, as you might expect, a laser sight for those hip fire attachment or those hip fire situations, and the ergonomic grip, so that when I stay on the move and I use that laser sight, that my hip fire accuracy stays at its max, and I basically can get the most out of this weapon. My overall thoughts on this weapon: a monster. This and the AK-5C are probably my two favorite carbines in the game that I can equip to pretty much any class and absolutely wreak havoc with. The only downside to this weapon is you're probably going to have to be firing in bursts over longer range because that extremely high fire rate, despite, like I've said a couple of times now, the fact that the vertical recoil is low and the horizontal recoil is next to nothing, you still have to basically manage your fire rate because the spread will increase quite quickly if you don't. But that being said, this thing is an absolute beast in close quarters. It will absolutely dominate. Its time to kill is so low that it's staggering, as you'll see in a minute here with these double kills. But in addition to that, it can be used in medium range as well if you tap and burst fire, just like I pretty much say for all other weapons in the game. Tap and burst firing is key to success in almost every single scenario. Heed that advice. Use it all the time. But that being said, those short and medium range is a monster with this weapon. You can get some long range kills with it too, but you're pushing your luck a little bit because the fire rate's just a bit high. A great monster weapon. This and the AK-5C are probably my two favorite carbines. That's my thoughts on this weapon. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.